Hi everyone, and welcome to the Characters of Strings Data Type lecture. I wanted to use Visual Studio to explain this because I think it's easier sometimes to have a visual representation rather than going through the slides. So I wanted to go over what a character was, character data type. Character data types hold any single character, and remember, it's any character from the Unicode system. When it's used or stored within C#, character values are held within single quotation marks. And here's an example. We have the char or char data type, and then we have our variable num code, and we have it equal A. Then underneath it we have our string data type, and a string data type is a little different than the char data type. One, we use more than one single Unicode. We have it stored inside double quotations and instead of single quotations, and it can be one character or it can be a string or infinite amount of characters. I also wanted to show you the different type of escape sequences we have. And what escape sequences are is we have an output here, and inside the output, inside our quotation marks, we are telling the compiler to do certain tasks and ignore these escape sequences. So right here we have \t, which is inserting a tab, and then we are using our references here, which is remember num code and 1. And then over here we have a \n, which adds a new line, and then again we have a tab, and then we have message phrase over here, which we're grabbing, which will go right here, and then we have a new line. So I think it'll be easier if I run it instead of explain it, and then we can go from there. So now we have our compiled code, and we have num code equals, which you can see right here, num code equals, and then our escape sequence, \t, which inserted this tab here, and then we put our reference right here, which is grabbing num code, which we have equaling to the character value A, and then we went on to the next line, which you can see right here with the \n, and we wrote message phrase equals, like it is here, and then we did a \t again, which inserted the tab, and then we put in this is a string, which you can see right here, message phrase 1 equals, this is a string, sorry, up here. So if you go inside your PowerPoint, you can see all the different escape sequences, and I urge you just to play around with them. If you look through Google, you can see a lot of it in use and a lot of it different examples. It would actually come in quite handy because we could do the same thing right here, but we could make it super long. So let me show you. Like, we can get rid of this -t, and then we can just add in a tab. And then we can do that again. We could just add in a tab, but now we're just making it really long. So these escape sequences really do save a lot of time and a lot of space. Now down here we have a lot of different, 3 different compares. One compare, which is this one right here, is of Boolean value. And if you remember what a Boolean value is, it's the true or false. So when we run this or compile it, what we're saying is the message phrase is equal to message compare. Now this is going to return false because message phrase has an exclamation point and message compare does not. So the message phrase is going to hold a higher Unicode value. Now the string.compare method takes in 2 string values, which we have here, message phrase and message compare, and it'll return a 0, which stands for true. It'll do a 1, which means that message phrase has a higher Unicode value of message compare, or it'll give you back a negative number, which means message phrase has a lower Unicode value than message compare. And the bottom one we have here, this is the compare to, which is also quite similar to the compare at the top, where we're saying message phrase dot compare to message compare, and that'll also return a 0 as an equal value, a 1 saying that message phrase has a higher Unicode value, or a 2 which will state that message compare has a higher value than message phrase. So if we compile this, oh, we're going to take forever. Okay. We can see that right here we've got a 1, so we know that message phrase has a higher Unicode value than message compare, and again that's because of the exclamation point, so it returns a 1. Now the next one, which was our Boolean compare, which is using the equal sign, we are saying, okay, well these two strings don't equal. If I were to remove the exclamation point, all of these would turn to like a true, so this would say true instead of false, this would return a 0, and this would return a 0. No. And same goes for the bottom. So we're saying message phrase compare to message compare. I urge you to take some time and go through the PowerPoint. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. It's going to get a little bit more confusing as we go along, as we are diving a little deeper into our development now. So please don't hesitate to contact me if you need anything.